Hello students, welcome to the online lecture series of St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management Gurugram. Myself Satinder Vats, Assistant Professor in ETC Department. So in today's video we will see about the sum of product and product of some form of a logical function, and we will realize that logical function using the basic gates. So it is a part of unit first of Digital Electronics ETC 4th semester. So standard representation of logical functions. So logical functions are expressed in terms of logical variables. We have already seen that these variables can take the values 1 and 0. So the values assumed by these logical functions as well as the logical variable are in binary form, that is 1 and 0. So all the variables in the function can take the value 1 and 0, and the final value of the logical function would come out to be 0 and 1 as well. So any arbitrary logic function can be expressed in the following forms, that is sum of product form and product of sum forms. So first is sum of product form, or that is the sum of min terms. The product terms are sum of product. So this is it should be max terms. So sum of product would be the max terms. It should be max term because the product terms are called max terms. So the sum of product means that the products of the variables that are separated by a plus sign. So we will be having the logical functions whose terms are separated by the logical or the plus sign. The variables can be in complemented or the uncomplemented form, which are called literal. So all the variables used in the logical function, that is a or b or a bar or b bar or c or d, so these are called literals. This is the uncomplemented form and a bar is the complemented form. So this is in sum of product, this is max term. Okay, product term is called max terms because we will take the value of max term always high. So that is why it is called a max term. It will always having a value 1. We will see how. So the variables can be in complemented or uncomplemented. Example, if I express a logical expression in this form, that is the sum of products. So all these terms are product terms. These are the product of literals or the variables, and all of these are added together. Similarly, if I have three variables, that is abc, then it could be a function, logical function having three variables, a bar a, b bar, c plus ab. So all these terms are product terms in sum of product form. Okay, and in product of sum, it is again wrong. It should be min term. Okay, so remember this. All these sum terms are called min terms because they will be having a value 0. We will see how. All the max terms will be having a logical value 0. So these are called min terms or the product of min terms or product of sum form. So the product of sum means that the sum of variables that are separated by a multiplication sign. So we'll be having sum terms a plus b plus c, then again multiplied by a sum term. It could be a bar plus b bar plus c bar. Okay, so this is the example of the form of product of sum. Then that is where the sum terms are getting multiplied in this logical function. So that is why it is called product of sum. So let's see the fundamental products or the max terms. So the product that produces a high output are called fundamental products. So fundamental products or the max terms. For example, for the two input variables, if I have two variables a and b which can have four combinations possible. So for example, for the two input variables we have four combinations possible, as you can see in the table here. So fundamental products correspond to each combinations as given in this truth table. For 0 0 it would be a bar, that is if I take the product term a bar b bar, that is a bar b bar, it is for first combination 0 0. So a is 0, then a bar would become 1. Similarly b is 0, then b bar would become 1. So this product now comes out to be 1. So fundamental products final value will always be 1. We would make the value 1 if there is 1 0, as you can see in the next combination. A is 0 and b is 1. So I need to make a high so that the product of a and b would be high. So I would make a bar and b would remain the same for second combination. So a bar is 1 and b is already 1, so it would be 1. So the fundamental product or the max terms would always have a value 1. That is, these are called the max terms. The product terms or fundamental product terms are called max terms. Similarly, if we see in the 3 variable truth table, which will be having 2 raised to power 3, that is 8 possible combinations, 0 to 7, that is 8 combinations. So for first combination the product term would be, I need the output high. If I take the product of these literals, whether in complemented or uncomplemented, the output should be high. So for first combination, the product term or the fundamental product or the max term would comes out to be a bar, b bar, c bar, because if I take the complements of all these variables, then only I will get the value 1. So I need a high value for fundamental product or a max term. So that is why whenever there is a variable having a value 0, I will take the complemented form. So for second combination I will be having a bar b bar as both of them 0, and c would remain c in the uncomplemented form. So it is already 1, so I don't need to complement it. I will complement only a and b, so it would become a bar, b bar and c, and the output would be 1. Similarly, in the last case you can see all of them are 1, so I don't need to complement them. I will write them as it is a, b, c, so it would be 1 again. So these are the max terms for a particular combination of inputs. Okay. Similarly, the sum terms, that is the min terms, will have always the value 0. We need to make it 0. And so for first combination 0 0, all are 0. And in sum terms we are having the addition of all the variables, so it would remain a, b, c in the uncomplemented form, and I will get the output 0. That is the value of sum term or the min term as 0. And if I take if I'll take this combination 1 1 0, so a is 1, b is 1, c is 0. So I will take a bar, which make it 0, plus b bar, which would make it 0, and c is already 0, so it would remain c. So it would be now 0. So in min terms I will take the values of the variable such that whether in complemented or uncomplemented form, that will make the whole sum term 0, and in max term it will make the whole product term 1. Okay. So the product term or the max term should have literals in the form such that the product of all literals would be high. This is you need to remember. Sum terms or min terms should have literals in the form complemented or uncomplemented such that the sum of all literals come out to be low or 0. Then next is the canonical form. That is, in canonical form or the standard form of sum of product or POS, the logical function will consist of all the literals in every term or every term will be a max term or a min term, because max terms involve all the variables. Similarly, min term will uh, consist of all the variables which are available. So canonical form will be having all the literals in every term. So if I have three variables a, b, c, then in each term, that is a, b bar, c, there will be all the literals in each term, whether in complemented or uncomplemented. So another max term for three variable can be a, b, c. So it must contain all the variables plus a bar, b bar, c. Okay, so for n variables, I would be having 2 raised to power n max terms, 2 raised to power n max terms, and similarly 2 raised to power n min terms. So you can see in this, for three variables I am having 8 max terms and 8 min terms. That is 16 functions are possible for three variables. That is 2 into 2 raised to power n functions are possible for a combination of n variable. Okay, so this is canonical form. Now let's see an example. Find the sum of product and product of some equations for the given truth table. So we are given three variables for which we are having 8 combination possible, and for each combinations I am giving some functions whose value is high for a particular set of variable. That is, it is high for second combination, it is high for third combination, then it is high for fifth combination, then it is high for seventh combination. Okay, so this is my function output, which is high for this combination, this one, and this is, so I am having high value for 4 combination. So I can represent my logical function using the min terms or max terms or sum of product form or the product of sum forms. So first is SOAP form. So for sum of product form, I will need to have max terms, that is the product term. So I will take the values, as I have already told you that the max term would be high. So for wherever the output is high, these are my max terms. I will take only those max terms for which output is high. So this would be my function. So for this combination, that is the second combination, the max term would be a bar, b bar, c. As a is 0, so I will take a bar, b is 0, I will take b bar, and c would remain same. So it would be, for first this one, it would be a bar, b bar, c. Similarly, it is high for this combination, that is a bar, b and c bar. Similarly, I can write for these two values as well. So this is my sum of product form for this output, this output which are given to us. It could have been any function. Let's say if it was like, it was high for all the combination 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. So I would be having sum of product form having 8 max terms. As in this case I have only 4 max term to represent function. If all the values are 1, I would be having 8 max terms. Okay, now for product of sum, I will take the output 0, that is where it is low. So it is low for this combination, this one and this one. So I will write the min terms. So for first case it would be a plus b plus c, as all are 0. For second case it will be a plus b bar plus c bar, as 2. In this case it is b is 1, c is 1. So I will take the complement and a would be remain same. So similarly I can write the other values as well. So in this case I have 4 max terms and 4 min terms, and you always need to remember that the sum of product form will always be the complemented form of product of sum. That is, if I'll take the complement of this function, it would comes out to be this, or if I take the complement of sum of product form, it will become POS. So if I'll take sum of products complement, it would become POS, and if I'll take the complement of POS, it would become SOP form. Okay, so how can we convert a logical function is given to us into a canonical form. So it is a function given to us having three variables, but in all the three terms I am having only two variables. So we need to convert it into canonical form in which all the terms would be having all the literals. So if first is AB and C is missing, so I will multiply it with C plus C bar, as C plus C bar is 1. So if I multiply AB with 1, it would not affect my function. Similarly, in second term it is AC bar, B is missing, so I will multiply it with B plus B bar. Similarly, in third case it is BC, A is missing, I will multiply it with A plus A bar and then expand it and can simplify. So this is how it can be converted into the canonical form. Okay, now we can also realize some function or implement some logical function using the basic gates. So we can implement logic function with the help of basic logic gates. We can use the combination of basic gates, that is AND or NOT gate. We can also use the universal gates as well. So let us try to understand it using a example in which we are giving a function x, which is a function of AB plus ABC plus A B bar C bar plus AC bar. So it is involving three variables. So first is draw the logical diagram of this expression, then second is minimize it, and then again draw the diagram using gate of the minimized function. So in first case we are having three variables. So as I can see, I have four product terms. So product is product or the AND operation is done using the AND gate. So I will as four product terms are there, 1 2 3 4, I would be needing four AND gates, and then all of them are added together. So I will need a one OR gate, 4 input OR gate. So this is how I can implement it. For first AND gate it is A into B. For first AND gate it is A into B, that is A is provided at the input B, so it will give us AB. Similarly for second gate I will be having three inputs ABC, so it will provide me ABC. For third input, the one input is in the uncomplemented form, that is A, and two inputs, that is B bar and C bar, are in the complemented form. So I will need two NOT gates to get the complemented form of inputs B and C, and then I will provide them to the AND gate, so it would become A B bar C bar. Similarly, in the last case I have A and C bar, so C bar would come out from the NOT gate, and A would comes as in the uncomplemented form, so I would get AC bar. So now using these four AND gates I have four product terms which I need to add. So I will provide them to a OR gate, which will provide the sum operation of the logical or the logical addition operation and give us the output x, which is the sum of all these product terms. So this is how it can be implemented using gates. Then I can minimize the expression to reduce the requirement of gates. As in the first diagram I am using 4 AND gates, 1 OR gate and 2 AND gates. So I am using basically 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 gates in first case. If somehow I can minimize my expression, then I will be having the requirement of less number of AND gates gates to implement our function. So let's see how. Here the expression was given to us in this form. So I will take AB common in this term, so it will become AB 1 plus C, and AC bar common from this, So 1 plus c would be 1, as we have already seen. Whatever will be added to 1, it would become 1, so it would be ab. Similarly, b plus 1 would be 1, so it now remains ac bar. Again I take the a common, so it becomes a in bracket b plus c bar. So now I have one sum term, that is b plus c bar, so I will use a OR gate for that, and this is multiply by a, so I will use a AND gate. So you can see, first of all, this function, that is b plus c bar, b plus c using a AND NOT gate is provided to the OR gate, which will give us b plus c bar. Then I need to multiply it with the a, so b plus c bar is given to AND gate with a, which will multiply it. So now you can see I have used only 1 2 3, that is 3 gates only to represent the same function, whereas I was using 7 gates earlier to represent the same function. So simplifying our logical function makes it easier to implement using lesser number of gates. So this is it for this lecture. In the next lecture we will see the k maps, which are also used to minimize the logical function, which is a graphical form. So thank you very much.